SAP SD. Okay, continue. So for fact sheet, we need VA03 is a display sales order, right? So by default, display sales order was added, and also all the relevant OData services got added. Okay, generate the profile. I will take full authorization, save it. And let us look for that objects which I told you now. What are the objects? S underscore ESH underscore. Did we get that objects or not? ESH underscore con. Yes, we got it. See here. This object is a new object, got added because of the fact sheet. And what is the data here? You can see. Let me open this. What all values you got? I got sales order underscore H, material underscore H, material document underscore H. So these are related to the drop down values. So if you remember the drop down which I was referring to, yeah, this drop down values. So I have three values there, right? Definitely I will see two values. One is for sales order, one is for material. Material document, I think it is a part of material or not, but definitely we will see minimum two values there. Sales order one and then material. And this is a doubtful. We will see how many will be visible to us under this drop down. Okay. So let me also add the other values here because the other values are empty, like con ID. Con ID means the connection ID. I'll give it as full authorization so that we need not give. So this is only what we are restricting. That is one thing. The second object is S underscore ESH underscore cat. Let us also look for it. So that object is missing. So we don't have that object. Okay, let's not add it. If we face any problem, we'll come and add it. So generate profile. Now you go back to your test ID. SG underscore test. So there will be no change in my tiles look and feel. Okay, only three groups, the same number of tiles. But we have to look into the search mechanism now. Click on search. First time it will always take time to load the data.
So Sridhar, in the search icon, a user will be able to see all the apps and tiles that he has access to, right?
Not
they
all.
Can be transactional, they can be.
No, no.
Only fact sheet.
Only fact sheets and only those objects with the names which I have shown you under that object S underscore ESH underscore con. Okay. Only these values.
Okay. Only fact sheets. Okay.
This is not related to tile search.
Mhm.
It's taking too much time. Refresh. So this is like a buffer program actually. Enterprise search, refresh buffer, runtime. Just I'm running it. So this is for sometimes the old access will be reflecting. So to load the access again freshly regarding the Fiori tiles and Fiori access, this buffer refresh will help you. Let me look with other ID, existing ID. Uh, Too much time. Okay, so meanwhile, so here in the screenshot, you can see I have selected GL account in the drop down, and then GL accounts I kept star. And when we search, we can see the results like this. Some 19K results have come. Means total in this system, there are 19K GL accounts available. And each GL account will be visible in the form of a document like this with a link, unique number of it. So when you click on that link, you can enter into that GL account data. Inside, you have any operations to do, you can do it from there. So generally, if it is SAP screen, you have to go to a T code. Then you have to search for that particular number. Unless you know the number of it, you have to search, right? You need to go to first to the T code for GL account, and then you have to enter that number of the GL account number. But not at least a plant number, plant value. All the GL accounts related to Belgium plant will be displayed to you. And if you know more details, you can enter in the search mechanism here, search icon. And that's how it will be useful actually for the end users. This is okay. This buffer is completed. At least now. Yeah, let me add this object also. Maybe s underscore esh underscore cat. This has become a very big problem actually. In the previous sessions also sometimes. So this is the way you see. If you are restricting values to only sales orders, you will see only one value. When I drop down here as sales orders and nothing else you see. Okay, it's taking time. So meanwhile, is anybody working on the Fiori project right now in the group?
Yeah,
Okay, how is the design? Is it embedded or hub model you're using?
embedded.
Okay. So have you implemented the fact sheets?
I have never seen fact sheets.
So only transactional.
Yes.
Okay.
Sridhar, meanwhile, this is loading. Can I ask you one question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, currently we are working on ECC systems, okay, and there are proposals that we would be upgrading to HANA. I mean, upgrading to S4 HANA. Okay. So in that case, what would happen to our existing ECC roles?
Nothing will happen.
I mean, how it?
Database upgrade, no
So
changes
we just
from
need
security
to,
side.
right.
Because see, earlier before HANA came up, have you ever thought about database?
No.
Same thing applies now also.
Okay. So our role structure will not be hampered, but then people would be needing to access. I mean, we are planning to give this liberty to users. They would be accessing only Fiori Launchpad. So in that case, without touching our ECC roles, we just need to go and build Fiori roles, right?
Correct.
So any suggestions like how the approach would be? Because suppose I take one or two users, they have access to, suppose one is having access to sales order, one is having access to material master data. Okay. So in that case, if I need to build the Fiori roles, how should be my thinking?
So I told you already in the last class also, basically you have to discuss with the team, I told you, right? What discussion you take. You have to team wise. So for example, if your client is having multiple businesses, like for example, you take Tata. Under Tata, we have steel, motors, TCS, different businesses are there. Or if you are working especially for only Tata Steel, then within Tata Steel, you will have different departments like finance, sales, HR. So people are already working in that areas with the respective T codes. They already have ECC roles related to finance, sales, and HR.
Right.
Now, what you are doing,
Right.
let us say, have a role called, which we are assigning to Z colon, FI colon, CLERA clerk colon, Tata Steel. So in this, you have a T codes like he has access to create a FB01. Now, what you need to do? Relevant Fiori role has to be created for this user as he has access to FB01. So in Fiori, you will be creating relevant role Z colon You can take it as a Fiori clerk tile access. In this, now you know what to put. So what all T codes he has. Like for example, he has FB01, FB02, FB03. So what are the relevant T codes you can put in these tiles in this catalog? Relevant all the data services. You have to identify the OData services, because if it is ECC, right, they won't come by default. You have to make a list of it, all of them. And then if you want again grouping concept, if you want to see as a group in the launchpad, you also have to create a group for it, like calling it as a finance clerk group. So when user logs in, he see heading finance clerk. Under that, what tiles? He will see the 3 tiles related to these transactions. So based on your role design in ECC, the same way the Fiori role design will be done here.
So in this Fiori role, I don't need T codes, right? If I go for build this Fiori role, considering
exactly,
that we
you
will
don't
be having
need. Here, this is already ECC is there. ECC system is there, which contains already T codes with authorizations respective. The only thing is that into this role, you need to add the OData service. Which service? IWSV OData service has to be added. That's it. And then you build the Fiori role, relevant Fiori role. So for this user in ECC, he will have this role. In Fiori, he should have this role.
Okay.
So this exercise you have to do with each and every department now.
Right.
So suppose sometimes what they say is, this clerk may have access to 50 T codes.
Right.
But here, when you come to Fiori, you need not, they say if all 50 T codes may not, then first of all 50 T codes might not have the relevant tiles.
Correct.
Okay. So you have to tell them what all tiles are available for these 50 transactions. Are there relevant T codes are available or not? So relevant tiles are available or not. You will give the information from the Fiori Launchpad. You can get the information related to the T codes. You can get the T code information. For example, if I search with the T code FB01, you know the T code, and then system will give the tiles related to FB01. Okay. Post document FB01, whether it is related to S4 HANA or ECC. So according to that, this is not eligible for your ECC. So you should drop it. Now I go to this one. This is S4 HANA business suite is available. Means ECC is applicable. So this you can give them. Okay, this app is available, and we need these OData services, these UWI services. So like this, you have to collect the data for these 50 T codes. How many tiles are available? So then they say, okay, we don't want all tiles. We may take only 10 tiles related to 10 T codes. So that could be so this is the maximum. Generally in ECC, we'll have more T codes access, but when it comes to tiles, we'll have limited tiles only. Correct. Not everything.
Yeah. So Sridhar, if I put this T code into this Fiori apps library and I get the list of tiles, but is there any provision that I can download this Fiori apps library? Because every time I go put a T code, find these roles, because I need to check the compatibility as well, right? If it is compatible to my system or not.
You can do that, provided you need a sign in here.
Okay.
So if you have a OSS ID login, there you can log in, and inside, based on your system hardware, system capacity, you can download all the relevant apps information.
Okay, because people who are working on Fiori project, they must be having this ready with them, right? As a dump.
Not dump, they have to download. They will not have actually. From Fiori apps library, they will download it.
Okay. Another time, I mean, in the interview, I recently faced one interview wherein they asked me a question about share your experiences in S4HANA upgrade. What was your role and all? So for me, which I could answer very limited sense of it. I just mentioned that it was the basis team who was handling activity majorly, and we just went into SU25 and checked if there any new authorization objects are introduced, what all roles are affected, and only that thing we have done. So apart from that, is there anything that I should mention? Suppose some pre-activities before, some activities that we need to do before upgrade, some activities that we need to post upgrade from security side. Are there any such activities which I should have mentioned in my answer?
No, when they say S4 HANA upgrade means from ECC to S4 HANA or within S4 only from different version to different version?
No, from ECC to S4.
ECC to S4, yes. As I told you, these all things you have to be discussed whether they are in a plan to implement Fiori or not. So after upgrading, in ECC there will be two roles, right? As I told you, two different roles, hub model. Fiori role will be different. So you have to think a lot of things actually into consideration. Like first of all, when you say when we are upgrading from ECC to S4.
And we are going for S4HANA with embedded structure.
Okay, whatever. Now my first question is, do you have current Fiori system on ECC? Are you using Fiori with ECC? So the answer, what is the answer for this? First question. Second question is, after moving to S4 HANA, will you use Fiori?
Right.
So depending on what answer you are saying, means what answer they have. If Fiori is already used, then after upgrading, you might need to merge the roles into one role. Because here I have both. I have Fiori role and ECC role before upgrade. After upgrading, these two will merge into one system. Means my ECC role and Fiori role will merge into one role. Right?
Right.
I have one.
You did.
Right.
So this information you have to take from them again. So this is what we need.
So in this case, in this approach,
so
when
I think okay. And one more thing is, okay, you said SU25, right? SU25 is not needed. When you are upgrading from ECC to S4 HANA, SU25 is not needed because ECC is a different hardware. S4 HANA is a different hardware. It's a new system, basically, complete new system. When it is a completely new system, you will not have any SU24 data.
Okay.
Getting my point?
Yeah.
So SU25, only first step you can do. First step is what? Copying the customer tables into the standard data into customer tables.
Customer tables, right.
Only that step you can do. But remaining 2A, 2B, 2C, you cannot do because you don't have old data there.
Right.
So it is always like a fresh implementation. When you are moving to S4 HANA, it is always a fresh implementation.
Okay.
Now there could be another scenario. There are some clients who are using now version like 15.9, 15.09, 16.10 version they are using. Now they want, or want to upgrade to 2020 is the latest. So here you need to perform SU25 because definitely you have old SU24 data related to this old version.
Yes.
So you have to perform the next steps, 2A, 2B. Here
Right.
you need to perform 2A, 2B, etc. But here you just need to perform only step number 1, SU25 step number 1.
Okay. So this is very useful information, Sridhar. Okay. This is what actually we would be trapped
So
into.
this is how the
interview.
strategy means. Yeah. So this is what you have to tell.
So if I go from this case, if we discuss this case from ECC to S4 HANA, we will just do first step. We'll fill these customer tables. Okay.
Correct.
And but then the roles that we have in ECC. Okay. How I'm going to get all those roles moved to S4 HANA, because I cannot absolute all those roles, right? People are already working on that, and we have a mass user base.
Okay. So that is a basically system copy sort of thing. They can copy the data. That is the basis activity. They will, if you just inform them. See, there is a lot of data, not only roles, right? There will be a lot of master data from functional side also, like company codes, plant values, everything is there. So again, we cannot recreate everything in S4 HANA. So as a total system copy, we copy entire table data into S4 HANA, into tables, local tables.
Okay.
But the only thing problem is what? The role which you have in ECC may not work in S4 HANA sometimes, because some of the tables are modified, some of the tables are merged. In ECC, I have, for example, if you talk about, I think there are one category which is called as a table merging. What's new in S4 HANA? What's new? Okay, somewhere you have a note also that. So in that note, they clearly explained which tables are merging and which tables are not merging. So definitely wherever the tables are merging, there the end user will get impacted. The authorization access that merges, he might not have access to the new table, which is coming up in S4 HANA. So you have to test perfectly all the roles. Once the copy is done from ECC to S4 HANA, all the roles have to be tested properly in the development. Okay. So respective functional teams, we can give them. So we can assign the roles to them and ask them to test it, whether they are able to perform the activity as it is what they were doing earlier in ECC or not. If they face any issue, they should highlight to you, and accordingly, we will go and modify our SU24 data. We will update SU24 data. If it is a new authorization check is happening and a new object, yes, we have to update the data here, update customer tables.
Okay. Update customer tables. Okay. So when we are upgrading from ECC to S4 HANA, so right?
Pardon, your voice is lost.
Because you just mentioned, all this. We often hear, so when we are upgrading from ECC to S4 HANA, can we say that it is basically database upgrade, and then hardly any, or some features also added, right? So both things happen.
No, even the basic version I told you, the NetWeaver version also will change. For ECC, NetWeaver version will be different. For S4 HANA, it is different hardware totally.
Okay.
So complete structure will change.
Right. We often hear these words like, HANA conversion, S4 HANA conversion, and some other thing like greenfield implementations. These. Can you help us with the significance of these words?
I think convergence is this one, what we are doing, ECC to S4 HANA. Okay. And then fresh implementation means directly implementing S4 HANA. Means the client does not have any SAP background before.
Okay.
They are a non-SAP. Means they have some non-SAP application. From non-SAP, now they want to move to SAP. So then what they do, directly they go for S4 HANA now. This is a greenfield implementation.
Okay.
So there are now so many clients are there in this category. So have you heard of Seagate now?
What Seagate? Yeah, Seagate is a company.
Which company?
It's a software company that offers services like similar to this TCS, Infosys, who provides SAP services.
No, it's a hardware company. Pen drives, your hard disk, all your computer hard disks are manufactured by Seagate. So now they are implementing. They are currently a non-SAP. So now they have started implementing S4 HANA now. They are recruiting people. So they are moving from non-SAP to SAP. So a lot of examples are there. So those who are new clients, they are all fresh implementations. And there is one more company called Orica. Orica is a mining company based in Australia. So they are also moving to non-SAP to SAP. And they are implementing all new technologies like S4 HANA, GRC12, all the latest technologies.
Okay.
So these are all fresh implementations.
Yeah. Okay. Greenfield implementation is fresh implementation.
Fresh implementation. So this is where old existing. For example, you know, Nestle has been there from the very beginning. Nestle is oldest SAP client. So they are on ECC. Now they want to move to S4 HANA. Means already we have the data ready. Users are ready, roles are ready, master data is ready in ECC. Just you have to shift that data to S4 HANA. Here we don't have nothing. All the data is in non-SAP. That non-SAP, we have to build a completely new system. We don't have roles concept. We don't have users concept. Everything has to be new here.
Right.
Okay, let's go back. Oh my God, this is still loading. Let us finally try once, otherwise we'll see tomorrow. I will check with the test ID. Okay, fine then. Let us not waste time. We'll see tomorrow. I think by tomorrow it should be loading. Some problem is happening otherwise. Okay, so I think hopefully we can complete. If not, we have to extend to one more next Saturday as well. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. So any queries for today before closing? Thanks everyone. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Sridhar. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.